Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Wednesday, July 13th, and a nice start to the day. We've got plenty of sunshine, but we're going to have a couple periods of storms. Right now, the first one is with a wave that's going to move just off to the south, and that's going to spread some showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could be on the strong side, and that'll be mainly around Lansing off to the south. Right now, it looks like a pretty good bet for showers and thunderstorms for Blissfield, Jasper, over to maybe Tupperville, and hopefully over into St. Thomas, where they're very dry and they desperately need the rain there. And we'll show you some stats on that in just a moment. So the headlines today with the two areas of thunderstorms, one for late morning across much of the southern part of the state. And then this afternoon, as the cold front begins to get closer and closer, we expect storms to develop or move into the area late in the afternoon into the nighttime hours. And we expect those to be strong to severe. And looks like I think there's a good bet to see at least severe thunderstorm watches for at least the southern third, if not the southern half of lower Michigan, again for later on today into tonight. And we'll keep an eye on that later today. If we look at our normals for the day, our normal high is 83, the normal low of 59. And you can see we had a record high in 1936 of 106 degrees. That's not our all-time high. That's coming up in a couple of days, and the record then was 108 degrees. If we look at the next shot, you can see around the area yesterday, we had highs in the upper 80s to low 90s, and for Breckenridge, our high in 92 is now our fifth 90-degree day. So 10 more to go to hit my forecast. I figured around 15 plus. And as far as precipitation goes, you can see quite a few areas picking up some beneficial rains, especially across central and east central lower Michigan. 2/3 of an inch of rain here at Breckenridge, 6/10 Marlette, 8/200 over in Brown City. And again, St. Thomas got 1/100 of an inch of rain. That's about 5 or 6 days in a row where they've had measurable rainfall, but grand total of about 3/10. So they desperately need rain there, and we'll show you that again in just a second. You can see thunderstorms that moved across the Breckenridge area yesterday certainly were pretty intense for about a half an hour. You can see some lightning there. We had, again, 6/600 of an inch of rain with a wind gust of 39 miles per hour. But no damage around this area, but certainly some very, very beneficial rains. We've now picked up almost 1.7 inches of rain here over the last 6 days. And you can see as far as severe weather reports, we had some wind damage across the southern part of the state, again, just off to our south, where they had much stronger winds, the reports of up to 60 miles per hour. And across the area this morning, you see temperatures mainly in the upper 60s to low 70s, so a very humid day out there. And if we look at the temperatures across the Great Lakes with the southerly wind, temperatures in all areas in the 60s to low 70s. And it's going to be really uncomfortable out there this morning as you step outside with dew points in the upper 60s to low 70s. So a very, very sticky, warm day out there. And that's going to be fuel for the cold front to touch off storms here later today. If we look at the radar this morning, again, this is the area of thunderstorms we're going to be watching at. We'll move into the southern part of the state here over the next few hours. I think mainly after 9 o'clock, but could be a little bit quicker than that in the far southwest part of the state. And those will move across the southern part of the state, and they could drop some very localized heavy rainfall as well. If we look at the soil conditions, you can see across many of the areas very warm temperatures at all depths, and you can see the 10, 4, and 4 at the different levels, indicating it's very wet here in the Breckenridge area, just what the doctor ordered. Same with the areas over the thumb. And hopefully southeast lower Michigan continue to get some more rain there. And if we look at the next slide, speaking of dryness, you can see much of southwest Ontario extremely dry. And in St. Thomas, they've only had 37.94% of the normal precipitation, not for the month, but for May, June, and the first third of this month. So over that 2 1/3 month period, they are excessively dry there. Again, just over a third of what they should have. If we look at the soil condition or the moisture conditions, percent of normal across the area, you can see July has been very good for many areas, and that has certainly improved the overall totals, but still very dry across areas like Tupperville, Newaygo, London, and especially for St. Thomas. And if we look at the graphical format here just a few days ago before these two rains, only Lansing had 1 month in the month of May that was normal rainfall. And after these two rains here, you can see for the month of July, many areas in great shape, but still our areas of St. Thomas, London, Newaygo, very dry even for the month of July, only about a half to 2/3, and again, only about a third at St. Thomas of what we should have. As far as growing degree days, we're in great shape. Here at the Breckenridge area, for this point in the year, only 4 years were warmer over the last 20 years, and that's despite a pretty slow start to the growing season. Again, only 4 years have been warmer at this point. If we look at the next shot, you can see on the forecast map this morning, you can see areas of heavy rain with that little wave that's embedded that's going to be moving across the upper Ohio Valley into southern lower Michigan. And later on today, with the cold front beginning to move towards the area, we expect strong to severe storms to develop and move into the area. And again, would not be surprised to see weather watches across much of lower Michigan here, but especially the southern half of lower Michigan later on this afternoon and this evening. On the forecast map for tomorrow, you can see that cold front will be slicing through the area. So until that front passes, a chance of showers and thunderstorms into the very late night and very early hours of Thursday. Before that pushes out, that'll usher in some cooler, drier air, and we're going to have very comfortable temperatures by Thursday afternoon. Temperatures may get into the mid 80s across the southern part of the state, 70s to the north, and looks like 70s will be the rule for Friday and Saturday before we warm back up. Early next week will be around 80 or low 80s on Sunday, well into the 80s for Monday and Tuesday, and we could see a chance of more temperatures approaching 90 by the middle and late part of next week. And again, the forecast for Friday, the first front's through the area, the second front drops down. Can't rule out an isolated shower or sprinkles with these fronts, but they're going to be pretty moisture starved, but certainly don't be surprised if you do get a pop-up shower. It won't last. Looks like a really great weekend on tap with lots of sunshine overall. As far as precipitation, expect the heaviest amount of rainfall here over the next several days to fall across southeast lower Michigan, and much of this will be for today and tonight. And again, I think all areas will pick up some rain today, but certainly the best chance will be in the areas that really need it. And hopefully, again, St. Thomas is one of those locations to get it. You can see the Severe Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk and a marginal risk across the entire state. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73 is to all.